Hi, I'm Subu bringing crafting to you, and I'm doing a continuation because I left it on pause and I went for dinner and it didn't remain on pause, so we've got to restart this. Okay, so you'll have seen in the first video that we made the card. I'm just going to give you some tips and tricks in this one as well. So when you first have your Joy Extra, you actually do a test piece, and you actually do circuit. Now, cricket, sorry. What I do when I am doing some letters, my or names or whatever decal, this is permanent vinyl that I'm doing this, and I'd had to cut two pieces for some unknown reason, and as you see, when I'm trying to weed, it's coming up. So I tend to stick my what do you call these, weeders, I stick it on the letters as I'm doing it, so that if it doesn't come off straight away, if you kind of ease it round to keep your letter down, and I keep going round. I'm finding this very difficult because I'm trying to do it on camera, because my camera's, oh no, just a minute, that's better. Okay, so I'm doing it on top of my mat, which probably shouldn't do, but I am doing it. My cover is still on. The reason I'm showing you this is because you need to keep your cover, of course, when you are taking it, not using your mat, it needs to have its cover on. So this is what I do. I keep pushing it down so that it sticks down to the paper, and it's a tricky one, this one. And just keep. Now when your blade is fresh and new, you shouldn't have a lot of this issue that I'm having, because it'll peel straight off. But as your blade starts to get older, I do refresh mine with some foil, but I haven't done that at the moment. So that's coming off as well. So I just, as I say, you can see what I'm doing. I'm pushing down with my Wheedler tool so that I can get off my come on brain, get off all my bits of vinyl that is I don't need. Oops, again. There we go. That's coming out. I'll do that. So somebody doing it on the back of the hand, so I thought, well, I'll try that. Doing it now. The reason I'm just showing you this, because as I said, tips and tricks, is that you need to keep your cover on, as I've just said, and once you take it off, you are not sure which side, because you forget, you've been busy, you forget which side is the right side and which side is the wrong side. So when I did my cut, the cricket cut, I actually did, now where's my transfer tape? That's it. I cut it out, and I didn't waste that vinyl. I thought, right, what can I do? So I only cut out, well, I didn't cut my vinyl. I weeded it from the vinyl and took the vinyl back down so that I could use that vinyl on other things. I meant to get my thing out, just a minute. It'll all make sense in a minute when my brain gets into gear. Right, so I'm going to do this. No. So sometimes you need to do it back and front to really stick it down. And then I sort of sometimes just edge it up and make sure, no, it's not sticking down at the side. That's it. And I just kind of push it. Now, as you see, I'm keeping my transfer tape as a whole. And that means I can use it for big projects. I know it does make it more difficult, but I've used this several times now. Now, this has got its cover on. So this is, as I say, random because it was something that I've made and it had the name people in it. So I've just, I had to cut it out twice. I don't remember why, sorry. Come on, stick down. But I thought this will do. So what I did with the actual, I'll try it the other way. Sometimes it peels better one way than the other. Come on. You see, I'm showing you reality, okay? It doesn't come off perfect. There we go. And I'm kind of, can you see I'm getting that in there? And if it lifts up, going back in and squashing it down till it sticks. Come on. Don't want to. It's not wanting to stick down that bit. Come on. It will do it because I'm going to make it do it. Right. I'm not bothered about this looking fantastic, so I'm going to just put my, whoops, get down. There, that's coming now. And just do it different ways. Like that P bottom won't stick down, so if I go down from the top like that, it's gonna, whoops, peel off. I've ripped it now. I've ripped it because I'm in a hurry. Right, as I say, I'm not bothered about this. This has gone wrong. It could be that this I've kept putting on and on and on and off, but I like to have a bit of vinyl on so it shows me which way round I'm to put my cover on. Okay, I'll get there eventually. And that's, which way round did that want to go? That'll do. Now I'm just going to stick it on like that. It's not done it right, but as I say, I wasn't bothered about this bit. That will do fine for me because all I'm wanting to know is this now is the right way on. So when, as I say, when you first do the cut of your others, so say this is it, you've got your Cricut cut you out a rectangle and it also cut the name Cricut out there. So I gently peeled this back, took out the rectangle and placed the rectangle that had got the cutout on this mat, and then using the transfer tape I got the Cricut onto my transfer tape and also put it on this. Now when it's brand new, this will stick fine, honestly it does, because I didn't have any trouble at all. And I don't normally get trouble. It's because I was on camera, and this even though now I've used this several times, you can see it's still very, very sticky and was pulling this up. Now I've got stuff in my way. If I'd have been on top it properly, that would have gone much better. But that now, when I've peeled this off, I will know which way to put this back on now. So that's what I like to do. So that's just a tip for you. Right, so you've just seen me, let me put my top on my whittling tool, so put it out of the way. So we're going to take our mat protector off, and now I know which way to store it on my table, which way to do it. I'm then going to, my laptop has decided to go into store mode, so I'll have to do it again. So I've just got to put my password back in. I need to do this screen saving time so it doesn't do that. Right, so let me just move my mat. You should always take it off at last minute. I'm just going to bring back in my laptop, so just refreshing you. So you're going to see things on my laptop, and I'll have to just kind of put it in the way so that you can kind of see. Right, I'm going to go back out of that, so I'm just going to cancel it because I was just checking something. Right, remember that was the screen I ended up with, right? So what you do then is you press on the make, okay? Then it takes you to this screen, which you choose on the mat, okay? And then you just have to press the confirm button there. Right, now it gives you random things, so you don't always get to do the exact one you want to start with. But when you're a beginner, I would suggest you do. When you're more advanced, you can choose which mat and go back and forward. But this one, I need to do the white on this one, as it says. Now, I am going to be changing some of the things, and I'll talk you through that as we do it. So I'll move my laptop out of the way, bring back in my mat now. And because it wants the white to start with, and that's going to be correct, I've got my white card. So you have to line it up so that you get it exact as much as you can in that corner. Okay, so you do that, and then you can just go over, if you've got a brayer, which I'll be getting soon, go over with your brayer. Sometimes I just do it with my hands, but make sure, the important thing is that you get this adhered properly down. Now I'm going to show you a lady, I don't know if she'll pick up this video, but I might try and guide her to doing this. But this mat, can you see, I have been running this mat through this machine quite a lot, and this mat is still brilliant. Okay, now the reason being, let me see if I can show you. So there is a sensor in that corner, okay? And what you've got to do is, as soon as you put that over the sensor, forgetting this. Right, let's just take you back, sorry, just before we do that bit. Right, so I press make, I press the card, then you've got to press continue. Now then it says materials. What materials? Well, I'm using cardstock, and it's about £80 cardstock, or 216 GSM. It happens to be Stampin' Up's cardstock. So I then have to press on there, and at the moment I'm going to more pressure. I used to use default, but at minute I'm going to more pressure. I need to redo my blade a bit. Right, so that's what you see. Now, when I first got my machine, I thought, well, what do you do now? But it's showing you in this one, and I didn't click to this. It's showing you what tool you need. Well, it as standard, it has your fine point blade in, unless you've taken it out. And now I can load my mat. So this is where I'm getting to now. So I've showed you how to put it on the mat. Now, when you put the mat in, don't just try and slide it in. If you do, on a Joy Extra, lots of people are complaining about this. They are struggling, because as soon as I take it over this, are you ready to listen? There, it starts my machine. Now it'll stop again in a minute, because it'll take it in, and then it'll reverse. Did you hear the change? That was it reversing. Okay, so that's spitting your machine back out. Now what I do is I use this side. I push this, and make sure you get it under this bit and under this bit. I push it to that side and have both of my fingers in there. So I'm pushing it to this side, and as soon as I go over that, you can hear it takes it. Okay, actually I've not done that. It's because I'm not on top of it. So I'm going to pause that and unload it, because that's going to mess me mat up. Because I'm not, you're better off standing really square. Now I've got this camera in the way, so I'm going to duck down and try and do it better. I don't know whether I'll get my head on. Sorry for this, but this is important. So I'm got to make sure it's under those sides. I'm pushing it to that side. What's happening? It's not actually I'm going to push it to my other side this time. Push, yeah. Oh, it's reversing, sorry. That's it. Right, as soon as I go over this time, we should be all right. It's because I'm more to the right hand side of my machine than I was to the left. So whichever way you're standing, I usually stand to the left of the machine when I'm pushing it in. You can hear that my machine, when it went in and out, my mat didn't make a nasty bing sound. Okay, so make sure, whether it's to this side or that side, make it go to one side, and that I found as you go over, it actually keeps the mat straight, and that's what you've got to get. Okay, and then now it's ready, I can press my go in that corner. So just brought that in just to show you. So pressing go, and now that will take it in and that will cut it. Now on your Joy Xtra, in this section here and this section here, there must be magnets. So you're able to put your blade, so that's my scoring blade there, I've just got ready. I call it my scoring blade. It is actually the foil blade, but I use it all the time for scoring. So once it's done the cut, you just then have to unload, okay? So you're complete. Now, I don't know, but somebody was saying about you're able to recut it again by pressing the go. But I don't know how you can get there, because all it does is give you the unload option. So I don't think that's a reality. Right, when you're taking the card off, bend the board and run your hand along. Okay, so you're bending your board right back. That keeps your card stiff. Okay, now I'll come to take those out later, because it's not cut as, oh it has, yeah. I'm going to leave those in there though and come back to those later. Oh, right, now the next one up, the number 2, I'll bring it back in. It shows you when you've cut that number 1, it's just done that. So we're going to go on to number 2. Now it is white again for putting white card in, but I've decided these are the boxes and I want the boxes to be green. So it doesn't matter your colour match, you can change. So I've already got one piece of green out. Now this time I'm going to change it, and this is what I do regularly. I'm changing to my centimetre side, because it just wears your board better. Because don't forget, you're cutting in all the time to your actual board, so I like to cut it in different places. Right, now because this is the box we're making, I have not been prompted yet, but what you will see is you will see here at the side, you'll see foil and basic cut. Now my foil, don't forget, that's my scoring that I'm doing. So when it prompts for the foil, I will show you what I do. Okay, so again, I'm going to do it to the other side because oh, sorry, yeah, I need to choose. Sorry, I will just make sure. Right, I've got to choose that option of medium cardstock again, so I'm choosing that option. Now you can see it's telling me to move my star wheels, and that is precisely what you have to do when you are foiling, because the star wheels will mark your foil and it will push it to go onto your project. But when we are using the foil blade to score, ignore that. So I'm just going to say I've got it, okay? And here it's showing you the default setting. So if you drop down that box, I want to put more, okay? So they can see it's got more now. And so it's asking me now, look, to put the foil blade in and other things that put in your foil, which you have to do when you're foiling, but of course I'm not. So down goes my laptop. And then just to change your blade, all you go to do is you just gently open that, pull out your blade. It's got your magnet there to be able to hold it. In goes the foil, and you can just snap it closed. Right, so I'm going to go to pulling it to this side because I'm over this side, and you can hear it takes it, so I'll let it take it, and now I know that it's all right on that side. So if you don't put it in properly, it gives you that ability to pause it and then unload, which I did before because I'm not stood in the right place and I've got to do it different. So again, it's asking me to go, so I'm going to click on go. Okay, and then it will start. So this is now just scoring all the score lines I want it to. So of course, once you've done all the hard work of doing your design in Design Space, which it didn't take me too long. I mean, I was just filming for 45 minutes. Oh, you hear that noise? That means I haven't quite got that mat straight. So don't be frightened by that, but that will curl. I don't usually have this because oh, it's on that side, it's doing it. What it's doing, let's take that off, is it's curling my board. See if I've straightened it any. Right, it's curled my board at that side, but until today I've not had any of that trouble. Right, so what we need to do without unloading, you change your blade now. So I'll take my score one off and I'm going to put my cutting blade back in. Okay, so this is what it did. It said set up for the next space. So if you were foiling, you'd be taking your foil off right now, but I just need to have changed the blade and press go. Okay, so it will start again in a minute, and now it will cut it out for me. Okay, and that will now get me to unload it. So just before I'm unloading it, and again, just exactly the same, bend your board to get your card off. Okay, and then I'm just going to put that out of the way a minute. So I usually just pile all my pieces up ready, and I'll go back to inches for this one. So I need again another piece of the green because this is for the box. So again, make sure I'm getting it on those corner, in that corner. There we go. Make sure it's well down because that's really important. And then I'm going to just, well, I did it which one did I get? This corner now. So where did it go? I did it on the centimeters. I can't even find the corner because I flipped it. But just if you have anything, just give it a bend in your corner. Make sure that it's not sticking up. That's fine. They're all not sticking up. Whoops, make sure you get it the right way in. Right. Again, you have to choose every time. You have to choose. So again, I've got to choose my medium cardstock. It's telling me again I need my score blade in. So you follow the instructions on the screen. So I'm going to take my blade out, put my foiling tool in, and again I'm going to push it in, keeping it to one side, and I think I've done it wonky again. It's because I usually have my machine closer to me, so I'm not getting it in straight doing it on camera. Right, and then all we've got to do, the default, I'm going to again put it more pressure and then go, which I showed you earlier, so you just got to follow that, what I did. So my mat isn't quite straight, so I think you might hear some nasty clicking. Well, I seem to be all right. So this is actually cutting out the, well, scoring the box for me. This is what it's doing. Okay, now it wants me to change the blade, so it's showing me that to remove the gold foil, but I haven't got any gold foil to remove. Put in my blade without unloading your mat. That's very important. And then I'm going to press go because I've changed the blade now, and then it will cut out my box. Oh, an error. I've got to reset do my Cricut, which is going to be a pain in the neck, so I hope this is. So what I have done, it's done this halfway, it's asking me to restart. I'm just going to switch off my machine and switch back on. And it's now tried to unload my machine, which is a pain in the neck now, because if this doesn't go in the exact same place, I'm in trouble. Right, okay, so I've got to do the medium, got it. It's going to rescore, so I've got a problem now, because it's going to want to rescore. So what I'm going to actually do in this case, I'm taking out my blade and I'm not going to put my scoring tool in. So I'm going to let it pretend because it's done this to me. And I'm just going to try and keep this in the same place. So I've not unloaded it. So I'm hoping that that's going in the same place now. So that's another tip to try and do. We will see whether I managed and that it will work for us. So this now is pretending to score. So it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to press go. I've not even changed the default setting. I'm just going to let it do the default setting. Now it thinks it's scoring. Obviously there's no score blade in, but I don't want it to mess my project up by scoring. If the scoring is slightly out, it's going to mess my project and I don't want it to. So this is a good thing, if we'll see if this pulls off, to actually happen on camera, so you can see how I try and rectify this. so that I don't waste all that card. If it doesn't work, it would mean that I've got to recut this one and do it again. So this will be the last of the score. And now it's going to ask me, hopefully, come on. Come on. Oh, that's funny. Very interesting. I've never had this happen to me before. I've had it malfunction on the machine where I've had to reset it, but I've never had it go like this. So this is very interesting. Now, let's see what's in the settings. Oh, interesting. I have got a software update needed. So that can be why I've got interrupted. So I'm just going to pause and see if I can update my software and see if it will work fine again. Right, I managed it, so we're going to now see. So I updated my computer, and now I've gone back without unloading my map fully, remember. So now we're going to see. And there we go. Okay, unload. Right, now because I've used the scoring, the foil blade, it will keep telling me to replace those star wheels in the right place, but I don't need to do that because of I have not been doing that. Okay, right, okay, so I've just unloaded that one. Right, so we are now on the DSP it's giving me next. So I want to do something Minecraft-ish for my grandson, because this is going to be for my grandson. So I'm just going to bring in my trimmer. I'll just move my board out of the way. I'm just going to cut this down to 8.5, because that's the width of my board. In fact, I won't. I'll cut it down to 8.25, because that's standard A4 paper. So I'm just going to cut my 12 by 12 down to that, and I'm just using this is quite old DSP. It was with can't remember whether I use centimeters or inches now, because I'm trying to do it. So now Stampin' Up's really good DSP. I have used some other DSPs, so I tend to, so I've put that on my card. I took it down to 4 because remember we have just cut one. That was 2 and 3, only I've had to restart, so it's not actually obviously recognised I've cut that. So I'm going to cut on 4 now, which is my DSP. So what I do, this is light cardstock, so I go to that. I also do the more pressure, because as I say, my blade's not that new anymore. So that's ready on there. And now all I've got to do now, I've got my blade in, is to feed in my board. There we go. So that will cut that now. Hear that noise? That means that I've got it quite, I've got it slightly wonky. I'm going to go with that though, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the back of my machine and see which side it's flicking up as it comes through. I think it's that side. I'm just going to less now. So I just, while the machine was still going, I've become an expert if it ever does catch. That was in the early days, but as I say, since I've had this mat, I've not had any of that because they're feeding it incorrectly, but I've now just made a mess, haven't I, with my mat. Right, so that's telling me to unload it, so I'm unloading it. And again, make sure you bend your mat and peel your mat away from your paper. So that's cut out all my DSP that I need. So just put that on one side, and then I'll just put this to one side, ready for the prep, and see what the next thing is. Right, now remember, you don't have to stick with the colours that you've done on here. I just know what's what. Okay, so for instance, I just told you that although that was white, I have done that. Oh, I did do that in white, sorry. Have I done that all in white? Oh, I've done that all in white, haven't I? Right, let's just put it on edit. Let me click on it. Right, so there's the edit, look. So the edit, that one there, and that one should have been in a different colour. But I'm not going to worry about that. I might leave that, but I can cut another one out if I'm unhappy. I meant to change those colours and then they'd have gone on a different mat. Okay, so I'm clicking done on that. Right. So these, although I've put purple for these, I'm going to put yellow card in. So the machine doesn't pick up the colour, so you haven't got to worry about that. Right. So this is going to be the fan now. So I did centimetres last time. I'm going to do inches. Right, so I'm going to put this in place. Can't remember what. Oh, it's going to be needing 12 by 12. I've just suddenly thought, because the fan, let me just check my notes. What was it? It was 8 1/4. Right, because it's 8 1/4 and we're doing it on the machine, I can't just cut this piece. Okay, I need 12 by 12. So I'm going to have to get 12 by 12. No, it's not what I want. Not 12 by 12. Let's see. So I'm just going to make sure that, right, those two fit on there. What's that then? What's that one? That's that one. Oh, that's that one. So I'm going to go for cutting 6 first. I want 6 cutting first. I have, because I will be able to cut it. One. Oh no, don't. If I go for 5, I'm going to do it in order. Right. Okay, so just cut the DSP now. Sorry for confusing you. Make sure your piece is completely down. and that's going to go in. Hopefully I'll be able, oh, right, don't forget you have to do this again. Is the £80 cardstock, so I've gone for the £80 cardstock. It's telling me to put it in, so I'm putting it in now, keeping it to one side, and it's going to just cut out one for me. I've bowed my board again. It's just dreadful when you're not properly in position, so your body, when you're feeding it through, does matter a lot to how you're standing to the machine where you have it, because I usually have mine towards the edge of the table and I stand at the edge when I'm putting it in. Right, go. Right, just while that's cutting and preparing, I'm just going to cut my 12 by 12 down to 8.5 inches. So I'm just going to do 8.5 inches. That's unload now. So I'm going to just cut this at 8.5 because that is what my board there. I could have done it all from that, never mind. Okay, let's move that, and again I've unloaded it. Bend your board away from your card. I'm going to move that out of the way and bring in, now I'll do centimetres, so get it into that corner, that's it. Make sure that that is fully down, and then I'm wanting £80 cardstock again, and this time it's got the scoring to do first, so it's telling me, so that's showing me that I've got to get the scoring, because when this comes up and it's moving your star wheels, I'm going to say I've got it. Remember, I don't need to do that because I'm not foiling, I am using it to score. So I put in my score blade, which is the foil blade, and then it's ready to tuck in. That's it, that's going in. So right, I've done it again because I'm not stood in the right position. This is what does normally happen if you don't get this accurate in. Oh, I've got to press go. Come round the front. I was ready to start bending it back the other way. Go to the back of the machine. And might be catching that side. Let's see. So I'm just bending when I get it, when it comes through. I just bend them the other way. Somebody suggests cutting the corners off, so you don't have this hassle anymore. But as I say, I have stopped having this hassle, and it's catching it every time. That's it. It's got to do the bottom bit now, so it won't do it now. So we've just got to wait for that to do that. Right, so I need to unload that. No, I don't, sorry. I need to swap my blade for my fine point blade. There you go, and then just click go, and now it will cut those two out for me. So tips for you: when your machine acts awkward, just check that you've got no updates needed for your design space and no updates needed for your computer. Okay, that's now to unload it. Okay, again, I'm going to push that away, and there we go. Right, now finish with that for the moment. So I want to get my cover sheet straight away. This is really important to put it on. Now I know, not sticking it down that way because I need it to read people on it. So I know which way now to stick it down. And that helps keep your mat stickier for longer if you stick it the same way all the time. Right, okay, and then just there. So that's that. Right, now I am going to do another video where I assemble this card. So I've showed you how to design it on your design space. I've now showed you how it's cut out. So the third video will be making it up. Okay, thank you very much. Do appreciate that you've stopped by. Bye for now.